Hello everyone. Today we are going to explore a game-changing workflow that combines fitness with productivity. Have you ever wanted to get your daily steps in while getting work done? Stay tuned as we explore this game-changing workflow using ChatGPT and walking dictation. As many of you, I have a desk job, but still have the goal to get my daily 10,000 steps in. I tried every dictation app there is and every transcription app there is, but it never worked out for me. I tried to be a good dictator, but failed miserably. The dictation apps and transcription apps just couldn't keep up with my thoughts. And I ended up with a jumbled mess of text that took too much time to derumble, so I couldn't really use it in a productive way. Then about a year ago, I created a workflow that changed everything by using a normal voice memo app to record my thoughts and then using ChatGPT to rumble my thoughts into structured text. It works in the following way. First, I record everything with my voice memo app on my phone. Then it's uploaded to Dropbox. In the next step, I use then also an OpenAI API to transcribe these thoughts and use a couple of prompts to derumble everything and put it into structured text. ChatGPT is there acting as a personal assistant that knows exactly what I'm trying to say and writes down a report for me. I could now walk around and just rumble away with my thoughts, just speak about this, about that, forgetting maybe a detail here, adding it later. All is no. I don't need to pay attention to making coherent sentences and just letting my thoughts flow. I come then home and find a structured text that I can use in ChatGPT to create maybe requirements, to finalize the document, use it in email or Word. So now let me break it down as I guide you through the different steps. There are two things you need. The first thing is like you need an OpenAI API key. You find plenty of tutorials online how to get it. And then you need an account on Pipedream. You find the link below. Then I guide you through all the steps, how you can set up Pipedream to act as your server where all these actions take place, so you can do it all the time. You can just use the free account there. After registering for a Pipedream account, please log in. Then as a first step, you need to add your accounts. So here you need to add the OpenAI account. For this you need the API key. Then you can add your Dropbox account, so to save the files and to store them. Then in the next step, you need to create a new workflow. So the whole thing is called a workflow in Pipedream. Create a new workflow here. Give it the name. Let's call it test. You can just click continue. Set the timeout to around 4 minutes because sometimes the process can take a while. You can also, depending on your account, increase the memory limit here. Now create the workflow. In the next screen, you find the editor for the different blocks. So as I described before, we need like different blocks, different triggers. The first one will be to create, to check for files that are uploaded into this special Dropbox folder. So I just created a Dropbox folder where I store all my audio files that are then being transcribed. You can, here in the path, you select the path you want to use. For example, here the root folder, and then just create the source. It always takes a while. In the meantime, you can also create the next block. So here then we download. So then here we can add the next block. We now need to download this file and save it locally to a temporary folder so we can use it. here you need to have the expression so that you get the right file path. I will provide it in the link. So you got the idea. You can add blocks here. For example, when you need an open AI block later, we have here chat. Then we have here the transcription blocks everywhere. So here the transcription block that you will need, where we then provide the output from the Dropbox. So now I'm not going through every single step. I will provide you with a tutorial in the description of the video. Now let me just go through the different steps here. I have here my Rumble script. So here you can see how I configured it. Here we have the trigger for my path audio notes in my Dropbox. Then I download this file here to variables that I will also provide in the description. Then I create a transcript. Then I use 2 prompts that will use this transcript then to derumble it. Then I would like to create a file with date, and I like this date format a lot for files, so I can easily find it and order it automatically in the folders. And then here I create the text file. Now let me show you how this all looks like in the editor. Just click edit here again. So here we start with the trigger. You can always test the workflow here or test the different steps. So here I have this configuration. Make sure you have a similar one. Nothing too fancy here. We can continue to the next step. This is now downloading the file to a temporary directory on Pipedream. So here, for example, it took this audio note and then put it here just in the temporary folder. Then I create a transcript. Also, let me show you how this looks like here. You can set the language. I will provide this variable that you can just copy paste it. And that's it basically. Let's go to the next block. This is the chat, and here is where the magic happens. So let me also go into configuration here. So I use the GPT-4 model, but you can choose any model that you want. Here we have the prompt, where I tell it to make a title, then write a summary, then write the re-rumble with some instruction. And then I always like to have some additional info automatically that is put together that helps me to think further, work further with the text. And then I add just a transcript here that is then used. I give it some instructions, how I want to format it. I like to work with Markdown. You can also change this to whatever you want. For example, rich text. And then we get to the next step, which is then creating the date-time format and the file that is created. So here basically I just define the account again, the path where I want to store it. So this is in my Obsidian Note tool, and it creates automatically in this folder then a new entry. That really helps my workflow. Then the file name, just use the date here. And then the content of the file, which is basically the message from the chat we had before, in addition with the original transcript, if I want to go back to it. So that's it on how to set everything up. As I said, I will provide, for example, this part of the configuration in my description of the video, so you can just copy paste it. It should work out of the box. You need to set up these blocks by yourself. You find the names of the blocks here. So the first block you need to add is like a trigger block, download file to temp block from Dropbox, then from OpenAI create transcription block, from OpenAI create chat block, then you need to add a date time format block, also configure it like this. I will provide all the infos later. And you find the create text file or block also in Dropbox. Now I'm going to show you how this actually looks like. Now I would like to show you the output from each of these blocks so you can compare it and understand better how it works. So here we have the trigger. You see here we get a successful result. It gives us the file that was created. Then we have this script that is taking this file and saves it in a temporary folder here on Pipedream. Then we have the transcription. As you can see here, this is the text, the description, super long text. Doesn't make a lot of sense. And then we take this transcription here, and in this chat, as you remember, with this prompt, we then create the final answer that we want to store. Let me show you here. On the generated message, you find the content. So here a nice markdown file, walking, dictating, and derumble workflow. We have the summary. We have the derumbled text, some main points out of it, action items, and follow-up questions. And then here I skip this step because it's only to get the date. And here we save the file. We can also test this now. So you can see it's now creating this file. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, we created this file here. So that's it for today. I wish you a lot of success setting this up in Pipedream. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. I will get back to you immediately. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my channel. I will come up with a follow-up tutorial on how to improve this workflow. Please also leave suggestions in the comments, what you would like to see, ideas, how this workflow can be improved. Also share your thoughts and your experiences with it. And happy walking and happy dictating.